Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hello folks, this is Apba Brian from Apba Baseball Classics, and I'm ready to restart my channel. It's going to be a little different for a couple of weeks. I'll not be using the Apba baseball game, but I'll be using Payoff Pitch. This is the first time I've played with Payoff Pitch. I've only played a couple of games, so I may make a mistake or two, and if I do, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to learn from that. Today's game will be the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets. And what we're going to do for the next couple of weeks, we're going to take a look at the 1964 baseball season and do it with the Payoff Pitch format. April 17th, 1964 was opening day for a new stadium in New York, Shea Stadium. Played their first game there. And we're playing today as played lineups with one exception. I don't have a Larry Burright card for the Mets, so he's not playing. He's going to be replaced at second base by Al Moran. Burright only had 7 plate appearances that year, and probably why he doesn't have a card. And Al Moran didn't play all that much either, but he's the next logical choice to take his place. Starting lineups for today's game: Dick Schofield will lead off and play shortstop for Pittsburgh. Bill Verdon in center field. Roberto Clemente in right field. Willie Stargell would be playing left field. Don Clendenin, the first baseman. Bob Bailey at third base. Bill Mazeroski at second base. Jim Pagliarone, the catcher. And the pitcher is Bob Friend. Pirates are managed by Danny Murtaugh. Here are Casey Stengel's New York Mets. Tim Harkness, first base, leading off. George Altman in left field. Ron Hunt at third base. Jesse Gonder is the catcher. Frank Thomas in left field. Jim Hickman in center field. Amado Samuel is the shortstop. Al Moran would be playing second base, and the pitcher is Jack Fisher. I'm anxious to get back to playing what I love to do, baseball simulation games, and here is the first pitch. It's a 10, which is in play. 28 to Schofield will be a leadoff single for Dick Schofield. That brings up Bill Verdon, the center fielder. 777, patient. 77 is going to be out of range, so it's going to be a fly ball to center field. Caught out there by Jim Hickman for the first out. Roberto Clemente. That is a 6. That's going to be in play. 19. That will be a single for Clemente. We're going to use the fast action cards. So single, line drive into left field, one base advance. So we got Pirates on first and second, one down for Willie Stargell. In his second year, not yet known as Pops, but always a positive, dignified influence in the Pirates clubhouse. 8 is an in-play. 27. That's also a base hit. The opposite field. So Stargell's a left-handed batter, so it'd be to left field. And once again, one base advance for the base runners. Mets pitcher Jack Fisher is in a heap of trouble. The infield will play back. Fisher is known for 2 things. He gave up the 521st home run for Ted Williams in Ted Williams' last at bat in Fenway Park. He also gave up the 60th home run in 1961 to Roger Maris. Here is Don Clendenin for the Pirates. One down. Can Don Clendenin put a quarter in the merry-go-round? Here is the pitch. It is a tough pitch. 57 is looks like a swing and a miss for strike 3. We're reading the right-hand side of Clendenin as Jack Fisher is a right-handed pitcher, and that is a big, big strikeout for the Mets. Bob Bailey. Bonus baby. He was signed for $175,000. Here's the pitch. 8 is in play. 82 is going to be out of range. Fly ball to center field for Jack Fisher. Escapes major trouble in the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Bob Friend takes the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was 13 and 18 in 1964, 333. He was definitely an innings eater for the Pirates and a leader of his staff in the 1960s. Tim Harkness from Canada will lead off for the New York Mets. Ballpark 66. He's right-handed pitcher, so he have a left-handed batter. So that's going to be in play. Let's get another number. So the two D10s would be 12. In play, that's going to be a base hit for Tim Harkness. So Tim Harkness gets the first Mets hit in Shea Stadium. And that is exactly what happened in the real game. Tim Harkness got the first hit for the Mets. I think it was in the third inning, though. Here is, with no outs, George Altman. 10 is a check of the defense. That will be looking at error on first base. That's Don Clendenin. Clendenin is a 3. So let's get another 2D6 number. That's going to be 98. And that's going to be an out. He makes the play. We'll check for a double play. Friend is a double play 9. Altman is a double play 5. So we'll get another 2D6 number. That's a 3, and that will be a double play. Ground out to the pitcher. 1-6-3. And suddenly there's 2 outs. That brings about Ron Hunt, who became, I think, New York's first All-Star player. Here, starter anyway. Here's Hunt. The roll is a 5, 94. So that's tough. 94 will be out of the range, and that is a fly ball to left field, and the Mets are retired in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second. No score. Okay, Bill Mazeroski will lead off the top of the second for the Pirates against Jack Fisher. That's a tough pitch, 93. That's going to be a fly ball to the left fielder, Frank Thomas, and Mazeroski is retired for the first out. Jim Pagliarone, the catcher. 7 is patient. 54 is going to be a walk to Jim Pagliarone. So the fourth base runner for the Mets. Here is the pitcher, Jack Fisher, who's using the number, 1 batting card. Fisher will sacrifice bunt, and that's 2 for 12 on the card there. That's automatic. So he is retired. Let's see who retired by the catcher to the second base. Not Fisher, that's Bob Friend batting with the sacrifice. 2-4, and Pagliarone goes to second. So with 2 outs, Dick Schofield comes to bat. He singled and went as far as third base. 11 is ballpark, 46. We have he's batting from the left side against the right-handed pitcher, so it's going to be 46 is going to be wheelhouse. Let's get another number. 55, and that is going to be out of range. So it's a fly ball to right field, caught by George Altman, and that's the end of the top of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second, still no score. Jesse Gonder, who started his major league career under Casey Stengel with the Yankees, is now under Casey Stengel with the Mets. Here's the pitch from Bob Friend. That's an 8 in play, 31. That's going to be a base hit for Jesse Gonder. Steal rating is a D. Not great. Frank Thomas. No outs. 6 is in play, 85. Out of range is going to be a ground ball to shortstop, possible double play. Got 6 is under the 9, and 6 is under his, let's see, his double play is 6. So I think that's equal to or under. Yes, it is. That's a 6-4-3 twin killing, and there are 2 outs. That brings up Jim Hickman. 6 is in play. 12 in play is going to be he's facing a right-hand pitcher, so it's going to be a base hit for Jim Hickman. Mets have had a lot of base runners, not being able to do anything with them. Amato Samuel is the batter. There's 2 outs, runner on first. We have 6 in play, 67. That is going to be a ground out to Bill Mazeroski at second base. He's retired 4-3. That's the end of the second. We go to the top of the third, no score. Bill Burton leads off for the Pirates in the top of the third inning. That is a 8 in play. 13 is going to be a base hit for Bill Burton. He is 1 for 2. He is a 2F stealer. His chances to steal second base are poor, so he's not going. Roberto Clemente will be the batter. That's a 428 is the roll. Defense, 28. Defense, first of all, will be possible error on the pitcher. Pitcher is a B4. So check the 4 on the Shea Stadium card. It is going to be 1 to 37 will be an error. 67 is going to be an out. Possible double play. Let's get another 2d6 number. That's 2. That's going to be a double play. Let's see. His rating's 9, and Clemente is double plays 5. So it's going to be a double play. 1, 6, 3. So that's the third overall double play in this game, and Willie Stargell will come to bat with 2 outs. 7, patient, is 44. That is going to be a base hit by Willie Stargell, single, and Stargell is 2 for 2. Okay, Don Clendenin. 7. Oh, that the 0-0 is a rare play. 7th patient, but we get to go to the rare play chart. So rare play with runners on base. Let's get another 2d6. That's a 6. C, D, or F catcher range. Unable to block a pitch. Got to pass ball. Runners advance. C, D, or F catcher range. Well, the catcher is Jesse Gonder. And he is an F, so we have a pass ball. I put Stargell in scoring position, and Don Clendenin gets another crack at it. It would be a 7. Patient, 29. That is going to be a 3-base hit for Don Clendenin. It's a triple, and the Pirates are on the board 1-0. The Pirates won the game in real life 4-3. We'll see how this one turns out. Bob Bailey is the batter. We got a 5. That's tough. 95 out of range. That's going to be a fly out to the left fielder, Frank Thomas, for the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Now Pittsburgh 1, New York 0. Al Moran leads off for the Mets. 5, tough. 87 out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. That is Dick Schofield. Throw over to first. There's 1 away. Brings up the pitcher, Jack Fisher. And double check which card I'm supposed to be using. He is a 5 batter, so that's going to be the 5 column. That is 11 is patient. 03 is going to be he walks the pitcher. Bob Friend did not want to walk the pitcher. Brings us to the top of the order, and Tim Harkness. 7's in play, 53. That is a ground ball to 3rd. Possible double play, 9. DP 9. DP 9. So that is a double play. 5, 4 to 3 double play. Go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's still 1-0 Pirates, and I've got the scoreboard backwards. Sorry about that. I am a few weeks out of practice here. So it's the top of the 4th. Pittsburgh 1 and New York 0. Bill Mazeroski will lead off for the Pirates. 6 is in play, 22. That's going to be a base hit for Bill Mazeroski. Steal rating would be D. D3 is a fair chance. The batter is Jim Pagliarone. 7's patient, 72. That's going to be a hit by pitch ball. Nobody out. Pirates on 1st and 2nd. That brings up Bob Friend, who's a 2 through 12 sacrifice. So we'll just see who makes the play. That is the catcher. Runners go to 2nd and 3rd. Score at 2 to 4 and bring up the top of the order, Dick Schofield. Mets will play the infield. Play the infield in. Okay, quick look through the rules. I don't see any rules on playing the infield in, so we'll just play as it is. Let me know in the comment section how to handle that. Here's the pitch to Schofield. There is 1 out and runners on 2nd and 3rd. 6 is in play, 18. That is going to be a base hit for Schofield. I'm going to get the base runner advancement off the card, fast action card. It's a long single, the gap at center field. And there's a 1 base advance plus a chance to advance 2 for the runner on 2nd. So for runner advancement, we have the roll 2d6, compare the lead runner's run and fielder's arm ratings. Pagliarone is a 5. The center fielder's arm rating, his arm rating is an 8. If the total is equal to or less than both, the runner is safe. If the total is greater than both, the runner is out. If it's greater than one rating, equal to or less than the other, then roll 2d10, refer to the chart below. So 1 through 5 is not a very good chance. He's going to hold at third. And it is now 2-0 Pittsburgh. And the Pirates have runners at first and third with Dick Schofield at first and Jim Pagliarone at third. Bill Verdon's the batter. That roll is a 5 tough 36. That is going to be base hit for Bill Verdon. That will definitely score Pagliarone. See what happens to Schofield. Hard grounder into right field. Runner on second scores. There's no runner on second, so the other is first and second now. And the Pirates take a 3-0 lead. Still only one out. Pirates has slammed out 3 hits in the inning plus a hit batter. Here is 9. That's going to be tough. 15. And that's a strikeout. 2 away. Willie Stargell. 9 is tough. 93 is going to be out of range. That's going to be a fly ball to the right fielder, George Altman, and that's the end of the top of the fourth. But the Pirates score 2. They take a 3-0 lead. George Altman leads off the bottom of the fourth inning. It's going to be 7 in play. 87 is out of range. That's a ground ball to the second baseman, Bill Mazeroski. Altman is the first out. Mazeroski was a great defensive player. The second baseman for the Royals, Frank White, was asked who had the fastest hands amongst infielders that he'd seen. And he said, Bill Mazeroski. And he said, well, how did you see Bill Mazeroski play? He was before your time. Frank White said, right now he has the fastest hands in baseball. So he was, sometimes the players called him no-touch Mazeroski because his hands were so quick on the double play. Here is Ron Hunt. 4, tough, 38. That's going to be a single for Ron Hunt. He's a 2B stealer. That might be a possibility. B3 stealing is a very good chance, so he's going to give it a try. Very good. Oh, he's out anyway. Jim Pagliarone throws him out. 2-2. Gonder's a left-handed batter, so it'd be 2-6. And there are 2 outs. .655 is in play. 55 is going to be out of range. Fly ball to the left fielder, Willie Stargell, 3 outs. We go to the top of the 5th. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Jack Fisher is still on the mound for the Mets. He'd be facing Don Clendenin, Bob Bailey, and Bill Mazeroski. Here's the pitch to Don Clendenin, who had three professional offers to play professional sports in basketball, football, as well as baseball. Here is the pitch. 5 is tough. 19 is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's something that Clendenin could do, strike out quite often. Bob Bailey is the batter. 9 is tough. 21 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Now Bill Mazeroski. 11's ballpark, and that's 10 will be right-handed batter, so it's going to be wheelhouse. Let's get another 2D10 number. 61 in the wheelhouse is out of range. That's going to be a fly ball to the right fielder, George Altman. That's the 3rd out of the 5th inning, top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 3-0 Pittsburgh. Frank Thomas leads off for the Pirates in the bottom of the 5th. 3 is patient. 28 is going to be a single for Frank Thomas. Two F stealing's not very good. Jim Hickman, the batter. Pitch to Hickman is a 7 in play, 09. That is going to be a single, and that will be a single soft blooper to left field. One base advance for the base runner. First and second, nobody out. And we got get the right kind of runners on. We got Mets up. Mondo Samuel is the batter. He will swing away. Only 207 against right-handed pitchers. He will not swing away. He will sacrifice bunt. He's an A bunter. So that's sacrifice hit to the third baseman, the 3 being below the charts direction it went. So sacrifice, 5-4. 2 runners move up in scoring position with 1 out. Al Moran. 286 hitter against the right-handed batter, small sample size. Bob Friend will pitch to him. Pitcher is on deck. Doesn't want to put the tying run on, so he pitches to him. 7, that's in play. 87, that's out of range. Ground ball to the shortstop. Let's see what the base runners do. Infield out, ground ball plus advance. So a run will score. 6-3. Thomas scores. Hickman goes to third. And the Mets are on the board, 3-1. There are now 2 outs. Timeout. Okay, the Mets will bring in a pinch hitter with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll be Ed Cranepool, left-handed batter, facing right-hander Bob Friend. Here is the pitch. That is a 9 tough. 85 is out of the range. That's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Bill Mazeroski, for the 3rd out. But the Mets get on the board. Scores will go to the top of the 6th inning. Pittsburgh 3, New York 1. The new pitcher for New York will be Carl Wiley, and he is a 0-2 record with a 3.60 ERA. He will be coming in a long relief. The bats, hopefully. He'll face Jim Pagliarone. Here is the pitch to Pagliarone. That is a leaner. We'll call that a 5. 11, that's in play. That's 81 out of range. That's going to be a fly ball to center field, caught by Jim Hickman for the 1st out. Jack Fisher had smooth sailing in the 5th inning, but it had to be lifted for a pinch hitter with runner in scoring position. Here's Dick Schofield. Wiley pitches. 10, that's tough. 1-1. That is going to be a strikeout. Actually, the pitcher is up. Strikeout. Friend goes down swinging. And now Dick Schofield. Seven in play, 35. That's going to be a out of range. Ground ball back to the pitcher. 1-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 Pittsburgh. Tim Harkness will lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Mets from Quebec. He later in 2010 turned up as a manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs in the, I think it was called Intercounty, I'm not sure that's right, baseball league in Canada. 12 is Wheelhouse. 23, that is going to be a triple for Tim Harkness, and he is 2 for 3, and will be on third to start the 6th inning for the Mets. George Altman, once again, if you know how to do the infield in situation and payoff pitch, I'd appreciate that in the comments, because I didn't see anything in the rules about playing the infield in. Here's the pitch to George Altman. 10 is defense. that will test the error range of third base. That is Bob Bailey, 2. Got 86. Error range is going to be an out. So we'll see what happens to the base runner. So on an out, infield, it says line out. That doesn't make sense. We're going to say the runner holds, though. So 5-3. 1 away. Ron Hunt. That's neat to get this run home. That's tough. 41. And that is a base hit by a tough hitter, Ron Hunt, to drive in the run. 3-2. Making this game interesting. Jesse Gonder, cleanup hitter for the Mets. Left-hand hitter. With 1 out. 8's in play. 71. That's going to be out of range. That is a fly ball to center field. 2 away. Frank Thomas. A generally good power hitter in the 1950s and 1960s. Started out his young life at Catholic Seminary, but rather than become a priest, he became a baseball player. And he was kind of the replacement for Ralph Kiner in Pittsburgh. He didn't hit as many home runs as Kiner, but still hit a lot of home runs, was a very popular player. Here's the pitch to Frank Thomas. 10 is defense, 34. So we're checking the range of the center fielder. That is Bill Verdon, who is an F. And 34 in the range for F is going to be a base hit for Frank Thomas. See what the base runner does. A runner on first advances 2 bases. First and third, New York. And there's, with 2 outs, tying runs at third. That'll bring about Jim Hickman. 7's in play, 64 out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to Bill Mazeroski. And we know that's an out. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 7th. Pittsburgh 3, New York 2. Carlton Wiley comes back for his second inning of work. He'll be facing Bill Verdon, Roberto Clemente, and Willie Stargell. A tall task. Here's the pitch. 9 is a patient. 23 is going to be a walk to Bill Verdon. Roberto Clemente. Four is defense. 23. That's going to air number for the shortstop. Shortstop is Samuel. He's a 1 air. 23 is going to be an error. The result of that error is going to be 1 base. E6, first and second, Willie Stargell. Here's a chance for the Pirates to kind of break things open. Here's the pitch to Willie Stargell. 8 tough, but 4. That's going to be a swing and miss for strike 3. Big pitch there by Carlton Wiley. Now he has to deal with Don Clendenin. No small task. He was the most valuable player in the '69 World Series with the Mets. Here's the pitch to Clendenin. 4 is defense. Okay, we're looking at air number on the second baseman, Mazeroski. 3, 27. So that's going to be 320. That's going to be an error on Billy Mazeroski. A rare error. 1 base. E4. Oh, no, that's wrong second baseman. check the error range on Al Moran. That's a 2, 23. Let's get another card for that because I read the wrong guy. So 23, 27. Still on air. And it's a 1 base error. So we got bases loaded. Only 1 out. We have righty against righty, so we're going to stay at least one more batter with Carl and Willie. Bob Bailey's the batter. Here's the pitch. 9 is patient. 70, that's out of range. Ground ball to second base. Could be a double play. His DP number is 9. Bailey is 8. Let's get another 2D6 number. That's 9. That's going to be not a double play because it's over Bailey's number. We'll see what the out results in. Infield out. Fielder's choice. Fielder will choose to get the out at home plate. So we go, I think that was hit to shortstop, 6-2. Fielder's choice, everybody moves up a base. And we've got Bailey at first, Clendenin at second, and Clemente at third. And there are 2 outs. Bill Mazeroski. Eleven's in play, 26. Base hit for Mazeroski. We'll see what kind of a hit. That's going to be a hard grounder into left field. Runner on second scores. That's going to score 2 runs. And it becomes 5-2 Pittsburgh. Timeout. We're going to change pitch. New pitcher for the Mets is Bill Wakefield. He is a 3.5 record with a 3.61 earned run average. Short relief. Here is Jim Pagliarone, the batter for Pittsburgh. 7 in play, 6. That's going to be a double for Pagliarone. See what happens. Runner on first. Deep drive off the left field wall. Runner advances 2 bases, so it's going to be second and third, and 6-2 Pittsburgh. These runs that are scoring are unearned because of the 2 errors in the inning. There's 1 out, and the batter is Bob Friend. 9 tough, 23. That's going to be a strikeout. That's 3 outs because of the play at the plate, and then there were 2 strikeouts. So that's the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 6-2 Pittsburgh. Amato Samuel will lead off for the Mets in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7's in play, 63. That's going to be out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to Bill Mazeroski. 1 away. Al Moran. Moran is 0 for 2, 2 ground outs to shortstop. Kind of a nondescript 195 career hitter. 6 is in play. That's going to be a 90. That's out of range. And that's a fly out to the left fielder, Willie Stargell. 2 down. And the pitcher, Wakefield, is due to bat. He will just be pinch hit for. Larry Elliott will be the pitch hitter, left-handed batter facing the right-handed Bob Friend. Here is the pitch. 8's in play, 25. That's going to be a base hit for Larry Elliott. So he gets the job done and be on first base with 2 outs. Tim Harkness comes to bat from Canada. He is 2 for 3 with a triple, or run scored. 7's in play, 88's out of range. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop, Dick Schofield, 6-3. We go to the top of the 8th inning, 6-2 Pittsburgh. Coming in to pitch for New York is Tom Parsons. 1-2 record in 1964, 4.19 ERA. Dick Schofield leads off for Pittsburgh. 9's tough. Tough 15 will be a swing and a miss for strike 3. one down. Schofield is 2 for 5 on the game. And here's Bill Verdon, who is 2 for 3. Bill Verdon was 1955 National League's Rookie of the Year. Here's the pitch. 8 in play is 46. That is out of range for a pop-up to the shortstop. Caught by Amato Samuel. 2 down. Roberto Clemente. 5 in play. That's going to be a 0-0 is always a rare play. Base is empty, rare play. Let's get another 2d6 number. That's 9. It's going to be a pitcher develops a minor injury, must be removed from the game. Starting pitcher must rest for 4 days. Relief pitcher for 2 days. So that's it for Tom Parsons. Manager Casey Stengel will be called on Dennis Rybant. He'll be given plenty of time to warm up, and he will be pitching to Roberto Clemente. Here's the pitch to Clemente. 6 is in play. 96 is going to be out of range. A fly ball to left field, caught by Frank Thomas. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-2 Pittsburgh. George Altman will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for New York. He started out his career in 1955 with the Kansas City Monarchs in the Negro Leagues and finished his career in Japan with the Lotte Orions and the Hanson Tigers between 1968 and 1975. I think he had one big major league season on about 63 or 4. Here's the pitch to Altman. 4 is a tough 66. That is going to be out of range and a ground ball to the shortstop. 1 away. Ron Hunt, who's well known for being hit by pitch balls. He was a major league leader until Don Baylor came along. Here's the pitch to Ron Hunt. 7 in play, 12. That's going to be a single. And he is 3 for 4 on the day. Jesse Gonder, New York still has a lot of work to do. They're 4 runs down here in the 8th inning. (11-22), that's patient. 22 is going to be a base on balls. So first and second with 1 away. Gets a tying run to the on-deck circle. Frank Thomas comes to bat. That is 11 patient, 31. And that is going to be a base hit for Frank Thomas. Single drive into center field. And each batter goes 1 base. That's going to be bases loaded with only 1 down. Timeout. The Pirates will go to Al McBean to relieve Bob Friend. Jim Hickman will bat. He had 11 home runs in 1964, and he represents the tying run. Here's the pitch to Jim Hickman. That's a 3. That's in play, 49. That's out of range. Ground ball to third base. Could be a double play. His double play number is 10, and Hickman's is 6. 7's too high. So let's see what the out result is. It's going to be to the infield. It says 1 base, so everybody moves up a base. 6-3. RBI for Hickman. And the score is 6-3 now, Pittsburgh. Charge that run to Bob Friend, and Amato Samuel comes to bat for New York. There is 2 outs, second and third, 6-3 the score. Here's the pitch. 5 is tough. 80 is out of range. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. It is caught by Bill Verdon. We go to the top of the 9th. Pittsburgh 6, New York 3. Willie Stargell leads off for the Pirates in the top of the 9th. Here's a pitch from Dennis Rybant, who is back on the pitch at 9 for the Mets. 7 is tough. 97 is going to be out of range. Fly ball to the right fielder, George Altman, 1 away. Here's Don Clendenin. 11 is defense. That will test the range of the second baseman. That is Al Moran. His range is a 2. So 82, that's going to be, see, he's a B range. So 82 is going to be out. 4-3. And with 2 outs, Bob Bailey comes to bat. Six is in play, 18. Base hit for Bob Bailey. He is 1 for 5. Bill Mazeroski. 9 tough, 19. That's going to be a swing and miss for strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Pittsburgh 6 and the New York Mets 3. Al Moran will lead off for the Mets in the bottom of the 9th. Pittsburgh Pirates will still have Al McBean on the mound, and they have rained on the opening day festivities of the New York Mets. They hold a 3-run lead here in the 9th. Here's the pitch to Moran. It's 8 in play, 69 is a roll out of range. That is going to be a fly ball to center field, caught by Bill Verdon, 1 away. Mets will bring up a pitch hitter. He is right-handed hitter Dick Smith. I think they're out of left-handers on the bench. Here's the pitch to Dick Smith. 11's in play, 22. That'll be a base hit for Dick Smith. That's the second pitch hit the Mets have got today. And we'll put a Mets runner on first base. Sorry about leaving the Pirate out there. We have Tim Harkness in the top of the order. He is 2 for 4, the single and a triple. 1 down, Al McBean, 1. Here's the pitch, 7's tough. 70 out of play. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Possible double play. DP number 10 and Harkness's number is 9. It's 11 that's above, so it's not a double play. We'll see who's out. Infield, I guess the runner goes for 1 base. Harkness is out at first. 6-3. 2 outs. George Altman. 10 is defense. 68, defense is air on the left fielder. That's Willie Stargell. Air number is 1. Could be a problem. 68 is the roll. And that is an air. It says single +1, so we'll give Altman a single and an E7. The runner will score because he was on second, and we'll put Altman in second base with 2 outs. 6-4. Tying run comes up. That's Ron Hunt. Here's the pitch to Hunt. Not really a home run threat. He had 6 in 1964. Here's the pitch. 7 is tough. 87 is going to be out of the range. Fly ball to center field. Bill Verdon is under it. He makes the catch. That closes out the ball game. The final score, Pittsburgh 6, New York 4. We'll be back with a wrap-up. Okay, in this game, the Pittsburgh Pirates scored 6 runs on 11 hits and no errors. New York Mets had 4 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. The winning pitcher was Bob Friend, who went 7 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs and 10 hits. No strikeouts and 2 walks. Al McBean got the save. The losing pitcher was Carl Wiley, who went 1 2/3, no earned runs. All the runs that were scored against him were unearned. 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and a walk. So on this August 17th, opening day for Shea Stadium, the real score of the game was 4-3 Pittsburgh. This game was 6-4 Pittsburgh, kind of similar. Just across the way at the New York World's Fair, the Ford Motor Company introduced the 1964 and a half Ford Mustang. And the Mustang is the first car I ever drove. My sister had a 68 Mustang, beige colored car. I love that car. Man, I wish we still had that. Of course, that's been many years ago. We drove to Texas back and forth in that, and we enjoyed that. We really did enjoy that Mustang. $2,538 was the cost, recommended cost in 1964. I think she paid just a little bit more than that in 68, but not much more. Shea Stadium itself was built for about $28 million. That's 1960s money. And the stadium, of course, is torn down now, but I think the apples in the parking lot that signify the home runs for the Mets that still exist. And the Mets skyline is still in Citi Field. That little skyline display they had is above, I think, a restaurant at Citi Field. And the home plate location is marked in the parking lot for Shea Stadium. Our next 1964 Payoff Pitch game tomorrow will feature a Sandy Koufax no-hitter in June. And we'll talk about that tomorrow and play that game tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad to be back. Hope you enjoy these broadcasts. If you like them, please hit the subscribe button, and we hope to see you tomorrow.